I've got a quick update for everyone on the Trudeau government's debacle in terms of how they dealt with Bombardier, Ford, and TransCanada. Now remember last year, TransCanada was trying to get the Energy East pipeline project approved. This would have got oil from Western Canada to Eastern Canada. And then halfway through the process, the Trudeau government decided to change the rules. They said they also wanted TransCanada to go through an upstream and downstream emissions review. Well, TransCanada backed out of the project, and who could blame them? Who wants to deal with an erratic government that's changing the rules halfway through a process after you've already spent a ton of money? Well, we decided to take a look at what the Trudeau government did in terms of how they dealt with Bombardier and Ford. And remember, the Trudeau government gave the two companies close to $500 million last year. Now remember, we filed the information request and we asked about what type of emissions review was done before Ford got all the cash. And the federal government told us that there was no kind of extra emissions review done for Ford. There was no upstream and downstream considerations. And then when it came to Bombardier, the federal government said, well, they did some analysis, but it was confidential. And we thought, well, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. We highly doubt that the federal government actually did an upstream and downstream emissions review, so we changed our wording a little bit. We filed another information request, and lo and behold, the federal government told us that they didn't do anything. And you can see this response in the comment section below. I'll post the link. So in other words, when you look at how the federal government dealt with Bombardier and Ford, they were held to a much lower standard than what TransCanada was held to. It doesn't make any sense, especially when you look at the big picture. These two companies asked for and received close to $500 million, while this company was going to pay about $10 billion in tax revenue over the years, and this is the one that the Trudeau government put the big roadblock in front of. The whole thing makes no sense. And if you feel that this type of research is important, I encourage you to join the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. You can do so for free at taxpayer.com. I encourage you to share this video with your friends and ask your members of parliament what they're going to do about this situation. I'm Colin Craig from the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. Thanks for watching.